My name is Shola Akinlade. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Paystack. Paystack is a payments company, so we help merchants accept payments from their customers. We give them all the tools they need to start and grow their business.
Hello and welcome. Those words are boldly inscribed in several languages in the reception office of Paystack. This multi-million-dollar financial technology company tells you in your language right from the door that they're ready for business. The CEO and co-founder of Paystack, Shola Akinlade, is a computer science graduate from Babcock University, Nigeria. He had developed payment solutions for banks and eventually decided to work for himself by providing an easy online payment solution to power e-commerce. Paystack was born in January 2016.
We started Paystack because we wanted to help merchants, wanted to make it easy for businesses to accept payments from anyone, anywhere, and now also even help them start and scale their businesses. So I think we're making progress. Honestly, I don't think we're there yet, but I think we're really making progress. The three ways we think about payments. First is just making sure that businesses can get started very fast. So before Paystack, it probably would take about 3 weeks or 4 weeks for someone to start accepting payments. Now we've built all the tools, built everything so that a business can start accepting payments in less than 30 minutes. So if you were selling wristwatches now and you want to start accepting payments for it, you just sign up on Paystack, you get a payment link, and almost immediately you can start accepting payments for it. Now, another thing we've done very well is to support multiple payment channels. So before, people thought online payments was card payments, but we've taken it a very long way further than that. People can pay you with their cards, they can pay you with their bank accounts, they can pay you with USSD, they can pay you with QR codes. And as new payment channels continue to evolve, we will continue to add it. Now, the third thing we've done is to give businesses a lot of tools to grow. We help them with reconciliation, we help them with their customer insights, we help them with financial statements, we help them with disputes, managing their disputes and refunds and everything. So essentially, we built like a full stack payment solution for merchants.
According to Shola, starting up the business was a piece of cake. His business idea did not require an office space to kick off or a huge capital. He simply started up with a former classmate from Babcock University, Ezra Olubi.
It's easier, it gets easier to start a tech company these days. You just need your laptop, you need your brain, you need food to eat, you need internet. So there was really nothing, we didn't have to spend money on anything, I just had to survive. So the first real funding came from Y Combinator.
Over time, however, Shola realized that if Paystack was to expand, he would need lots of financial support. That's when he got his first funding from Y Combinator, a US-based company that invests in startups. Paystack became the first Nigerian company to be accepted into the program.
When we started Paystack, we started very small, but thankfully we got into Y Combinator. Y Combinator is a Silicon Valley accelerator, so they pick some of the best founders from all over the world, including Airbnb, Dropbox, and Stripe, and they give them about $120,000 to start a business. So we got $120,000 from Y Combinator. After Y Combinator, we raised the seed round, about $1.3 million from Tencent and a few other investors. And then now we've raised another $8 million from Stripe, Visa, and Tencent too.
Like every other startup, Paystack made mistakes. Lots of them.
One of the big mistakes we made in the early days was building for people like us, just thinking that everybody is sophisticated, everybody's a computer science person. But very quickly we realized that you have to simplify this. Not everybody knows that the expiry date of the card is the expiry date. So people were putting today's date instead of the expiry date. So people did not know what CVV was. And so we had to take a step back and realize that we had to build a very simple customer experience that would make even the earliest people, the people that are just using internet or making payments for the first time use it. And we've seen that come true because some of our merchants, one of our merchants it's called By Power. They sell electricity in Abuja. And we've seen that sometimes for their customers, the reason they even get cards to pay online is because they want to pay online. So the first time they're using the card is on Paystack. So we've built a very simple experience that makes it extremely easy for people to accept payments. There are always mistakes. The most important thing is to learn very quickly. We've made multiple mistakes. Like I said, we made mistakes in the product. We've made mistakes in some conversations with our customers and all that. But I think the important thing is that we've been very clear about learning and learning very fast.
Despite these hurdles, Paystack is making a far-reaching impact in Nigeria's online business scene.
Now we have over 17,000 businesses doing over $20 million a month. This time last year, we were just doing about 10% of that. And then 2 years ago, we were doing about 10% of that. So we've been growing at least 10 times bigger every year since we launched.
The company recently received an $8 million fund from 3 giant fintech companies, Visa, Tencent and Stripe, and Shola intends to do what every wise entrepreneur would, heavily reinvest in the business.
So 3 big things we want to do. First thing is just to continue to deepen our payments infrastructure. Just make sure that as long as a customer has money, they're going to be able to pay you. The second thing is to focus on expanding this, so we want to accelerate our expansion. Right now we're doing very well in Nigeria, but we'll have our eyes, we're already starting a pilot in Ghana. We're thinking of other countries too. And essentially also just grow our team and just make sure that we have the best people solving this payments problem.
Paystack is a clear growth story. As they expand, the company is taking their partners along with them.
We're just 2 people to 3 people generally working on the project. Now we're about 31 people. The product itself has grown. The way we think about customers has changed and everything. So I think the Paystack story is a clear growth story. Even our merchants have grown. So I have some numbers. The merchants we onboarded in January 2016, by December 2017, they were doing 30 times the volumes they were doing when they joined us. So I think we're just helping people power that growth, and we're growing ourselves too.
When I asked Shola how his company was contributing to Nigeria's economy, here's what he had to say.
Specifically, Paystack is powering new growth models, new businesses that did not even exist before. We introduced something called recurring billing. The recurring billing, it means you can authorize a transaction once and the merchants can charge you multiple times. And so businesses like Taxify, for example, where you can get on a ride and you get off the ride and you get charged, can now exist. People can now give loans because they know they can collect their money back. They can give instant loans. So the first thing we're doing to just help increase the economy is to just help and power new business models. And the second thing we're doing is just continuing to build out this infrastructure around online payments. I think businesses will scale better if you can sell to people that are not in front of you. And just in Nigeria, most trade happens just like people in front of them. And so by empowering businesses to allow them sell across geographies, you can sit here and sell to someone in the US, you can sit here and sell to someone in the UK. I used to tell people it's easier for me to sit here and buy, it used to be easier for me to sit here and buy something from someone in the US than sit here and buy something from someone in Ikeja. But all that is changing now because Paystack is helping and empowering those people, And the third thing we're doing very well is to help increase adoption with merchant acceptance. So when I say that, what I mean is that I feel like the way to grow the digital economy is for people to be able to transact with the people they know. So when you think about electricity, for example, you have 2 options. If your power goes off at 10 p.m. on a Friday night, you can either wait till Monday morning when the NEPA office opens, or you can look for a way to buy it online. And when people know that if it's more efficient to pay for my bills digitally, then they begin to get included in the financial system, and there's so many other use cases like that we're empowering.
One of Shola's goals for Paystack is for the company to expand in its role of being a financial middleman, connecting entrepreneurs with their money and consumers with products. With this huge funding and more to come, I think that's one box he should tick off soon.